DreAllDay.com.
What's up, everybody? Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. Question I get sometimes from players, they say, Dre, the coaches for this team I'm about to try out for, or the coach for this team I'm on, they only like a player that is XYZ. They only like players who are a certain height, or they only like players who are from this neighborhood, or they only like players who the coach knows their dad, or they only like players who was on the team last year, or they only like a certain type of player, and I'm not that certain type of player. So what do I do? Woe is me. Well, here's the thing. Let me tell you what coaches like. And I have played for a lot of coaches. I've seen a lot of basketball. I know a lot of basketball players. So I'm going to generalize all basketball coaches right here with what I'm about to say. Coaches like players who are skilled. Coaches like players who work hard. Coaches like players who play defense. Those three things. If you are skilled, you work hard / hustle, and you play defense. Why those three things? Number one, skilled, because if you don't have any skills, which means if you can't dribble, shoot, make a layup, pass, you don't understand how to run a play, the coach puts in a play, you don't even understand setting the screen or backdoor or just basics of basketball fundamentals, coach might not like you if you can't do those things. Number two, working hard and hustle. Nobody in any business, in any field in the world prefers a lazy person over a hard-working person. All right, everyone prefers someone who works hard and hustles. In basketball, how many of you seen somebody make the basketball team or get praised by the coach because they were hustling? Even if they didn't do that great, they hustled. So they played really tough on defense. They boxed out when they were supposed to. They dived on the floor after loose balls, things like that. Just playing hard. Even if you don't have a lot of skills, if you hustle and work hard, that could get you on the basketball team. I remember in college, this guy who wasn't even talented at all. He had no skills whatsoever, but he made the basketball team because he was hustling. All he did in practice was hustle, hustle, hustle. And when we were having tryouts, the coach announced, like, yo, the only guy who's made the basketball team so far is this guy. His name was Justin. He was like, Justin's the only guy who's made the team so far. You know why? Because he hustles and he plays hard every single day. And he did. That was what the guy did. That's all he did was hustle and play hard. He had no skills, no talent whatsoever, but he was hustling and playing hard, and he made the basketball team. And then the season started, he was actually getting in the games. He was getting playing time because he hustled and he played hard over people who had way more skills than him who didn't play as hard as he did. So working hard and hustling is another thing that coaches like. And the third thing, I don't even remember what the third thing was that I said. So the first thing, I'm going to say these again so I can remember. The first thing is having skills. The second one is you work hard and you hustle. And the third thing in basketball is playing defense. So defense kind of goes in with working hard. Why did I say defense? Because in basketball, if any of us go to the gym to work on our games and practices, what are we doing? We're working on offense. We're working on our dribbling, working on our crossover, we're working on our shot. We get somebody to play us one-on-one. Why? So we can work on our moves. When we play pickup, we're trying to see who scores the most points. When we seeing who's the best player, who is it? Usually the guy with all the stats. So every basketball player wants to get stats. They want to get the highlights. They want to be on ESPN. They want to make a YouTube mix with all their best moves. They want to get on Instagram doing dribbling drills. We all want to do that. And every basketball coach knows it. So what separates a player, what can separate a player from the rest of the pack is playing defense, because everybody wants to shine on offense. Ain't no basketball player in the world who doesn't want to shine on offense, but we can't all shine on offense. Why? Because in a basketball game, there are 5 players on the court. There's only one basketball. Only one person can shoot the basketball at a time. 2 people can't both shoot at the same time. One person can shoot, and usually on a basketball team that's coached, and once it's established, usually there's only maybe 2, maybe 3 guys who get most of the shots. Everybody else on the team, the other 9, 10, 11 guys, you're not going to get many shots. You might get a few passes here and there. You're probably not going to get any plays run for you. You're going to kind of get the scraps. You got to be the quote-unquote garbage man to pick up the scraps and get your points when you can. You had to figure out a way to make yourself valuable otherwise. Defense is one way, because remember, there's only 3 keys to basketball. Number 1, on offense, you score as a team. Offense, you score. On defense, you stop the other team from scoring. At the end of the game, have more points than the other team. Those are the only 3 requirements of basketball. If you do those 3 things, you'll be a successful basketball player. Doesn't have anything to do with a crossover or a jump shot or any certain moves or anything like that. You do those 3 things, you will be successful as a player or as a team. So if you're not the guy scoring the points on offense, If you can stop the other team from scoring points, then you're contributing to one of those three factors, because the third factor is actually just a combination, is a conglomerate kind of the first two. If you're scoring on offense and stopping them on defense, at the end you will serve number three, which is have more points at the end of the game. So if you want to make yourself stand out on a basketball team, if you are good at defense, if you can stop the people who have the ball from scoring and you're contributing to making that happen, you will be on a basketball team. You'll be favored by the coach. You'll be getting the playing time. You'll be getting in the game, whatever it is you want to do. If you play good defense, there's no coach in the world who's going to say, you know what, you are great on defense, but I don't want you on my team. No coach has ever said that in his life. Any coach will pick up a guy who's a great defender. I don't care what other skills you lack. I don't care how tall or short you are. If you are great at stopping the guy who has the ball from scoring, if that's a person who can score and you stop them from scoring as much as they normally do, you are a priority. You're beneficial to a basketball team. You are contributing to helping that team win basketball games, because playing defense contributes to winning no matter what team you on. I don't care what the system is, what league you in, what level you play at. If you stop the other team from scoring, you are contributing to winning. Now, having a great crossover doesn't necessarily contribute to winning. Being tall doesn't necessarily contribute to winning. Knowing the coach or your dad being cool with the coach's brother doesn't necessarily contribute to winning. Now, could those things possibly help somebody get on a team somewhere in the world? Yes. But guess what? If that's not you, what are you going to do? It's not about what other people are doing. It's not about what advantages other people have. What are you going to do? These are the three guarantees. Have skills, which means basic fundamental skills. Can you handle the basketball from one end of the floor to the other with defense on you without turning the ball over? If you can't do that, you need to work on it, and nobody needs to help you. That has nothing to do with your height, doesn't have anything to do with where you come from or who knows you. You can do that no matter where you live, where you at. I don't care if it's cold. If it's cold, it's cold. Do what you got to do. Either you're going to make the results or you're going to make excuses, but you can't do both. Y'all have heard that cliche before. Number two, work hard and hustle. Is there anything stopping any of you from working hard and hustling? No. Anybody can work hard. Anybody can hustle. And working hard and hustling is not a skill thing. It's a choice, right? It's a decision. You make a decision to work hard. How many of you have ever been being lazy and then you just decided, for whatever reason, you decided to start working hard, and you did out of nowhere, and then you decided to be lazy again? You make a decision to work hard or be lazy. Nobody's forcing you. You choose. Number three, play defense. Defense will separate you because everybody wants to play offense. So if you can stop somebody who's a good offensive player from scoring the basketball, which is one of the two priorities of basketball, which leads to the third, which is winning the game, you will be on a basketball team. You will get in the game if you prioritize being good on defense every time. Working hard and hustling. Working hard and hustling are skills. So those three kind of work together. Defense is working hard and hustling. Working hard and hustling are skills, and they're skills of choice. They're not skills of talent. They're not skills of God-given gifts. They're not skills of knowing somebody. They're not skills of where you're from. They're not skills of who knows you or who your dad knows. They're skills of a choice. So you have a choice to do these three priorities and get yourself favored by a coach, get yourself making a basketball team, or whatever it is you're trying to achieve in basketball. Those three things are universal no matter who you play for, what level, what size, what league, what coach. Work on your game. DreAllDay.com. Video. Make sure you follow all my top content up here. Follow me on all your favorite social networks right over here, and make sure you are subscribed to catch all the new content I put on this channel every single day. Work on your game.